Here is a powerful, emotional, and richly detailed story based on your request. The Long Road of Osarumwense. Osarumwense was born in a quiet village tucked between farmlands and red soils in Edo State, Nigeria. He grew up with nothing but the stubborn belief that his destiny was bigger than the walls of the mud house he slept in. By 1999, he was only 20, hungry for life, and tired of watching his mother struggle to feed the family. Then he heard the whispers, the dangerous but promising route to Libya, and from there, Italy through the Mediterranean Sea. Everyone who returned told their stories with scars, but they also spoke of money, money that could change a man's entire life. And that was enough for Osarum Wentz. Libya, the land of trials, 1999. His journey to Libya was a nightmare painted in sand and sun. He crossed the desert with strangers whose names he did not know, but whose cries he would never forget. The heat was merciless. Some people fainted, some never woke up. When he finally arrived in Tripoli, he felt like he had survived death itself. He planned to board a boat to Italy, but luck, as unpredictable as the Sahara wind, shined differently on him. He found small construction jobs. He fixed tiles. He carried cement. He cleaned shops. Slowly, he saved enough to return home alive, something many never did. The return, a new fire in his spirit. With the little money he brought back, he breathed life into his family again. But ambition is a restless traveler. It never lets a man settle. So after some years, he traveled again, this time legally, to Italy and other parts of Europe. He worked in factories, he cleaned hotels, he did night shifts, he slept in small shared rooms with other dreamers. But he learned, he observed, he planned. His mind was always on one thing: how can I turn struggle into legacy? The Middle East, another phase of the journey. From Europe, his road led him to the Middle East, Egypt, Jordan, and Kuwait. In Egypt, he learned patience. In Jordan, he learned discipline. In Kuwait, he learned business, real business. He watched how hotels operated, how customers were treated, and how a good name could turn a small building into a gold mine. He saved every extra coin. Asia, the wisdom of distance. His ambition took him further, to India, Philippines, and other parts of Asia. In India, he learned negotiation. In the Philippines, he saw hospitality in its purest form. These experiences shaped him like a blacksmith shapes iron. North America, where the dream met opportunity. His final stop was North America. There, he found better-paying jobs and opportunities that rewarded effort. He became stable. He invested wisely. He built connections. Years of sweat and sacrifice finally started making sense. He had become the kind of man he once dreamed about. The return to Nigeria, a dream achieved. With pride, he returned to Nigeria and bought a piece of land in an exclusive, peaceful, serene location, far from the noise, far from chaos. He built a beautiful hotel, a place that made villagers proud, a place travelers praised, a place he believed would carry his name into future generations. At last, he said to himself, I can finally rest. The storm, kidnapping, begins. But peace is fragile in a place where security is treated like an afterthought. Then it started. Kidnapping, fear, abductions on the very road leading to his hotel. Guests stopped coming. Families avoided the area. Tourists canceled bookings. His staff slowly left one by one. The light in the hotel dimmed like a candle running out of wax. Before long, the hotel that once buzzed with life became silent. Revenue dropped. Debts increased. He had to consider bankruptcy. Depression swallowed him from the inside. Many nights he sat alone in the empty reception hall staring at the ceiling fan turning slowly, like his life was spinning but going nowhere. He cried sometimes, prayed all the time, but help never came. The government had abandoned security. The community lived in fear. And the hotel, his life's work, was dying in front of him. The last hope, but inside him, a tiny flame still burned. He believed that the same God who carried him across deserts, countries, continents, and protected him in Libya, Europe, the Middle East, Asia, and America was still alive. He believed that destiny cannot be killed by temporary suffering. Every morning he whispered, God, turn it around, save my dreams. And even though he was depressed and drowning in debt, he continued to hope. Because a man who has survived deserts, oceans, nations, and years of struggle cannot be destroyed by one storm. Somewhere deep within him, he still believed, my story is not over. If you'd like, I can turn this into a full novel, a movie script, a short film series, or even a motivational speech inspired by his journey.